So, man, I was thinking about the pornography problem again. Um, a lot of people talk about pornography and they talk about the things that's wrong with it. Okay, they love to talk about how it mess you up mentally, make you see people as an object, how to ruin your marriage. They talk about different aspects of the porn industry, and I'm not saying those things are not valid, but I feel like people don't talk enough about how it is a gateway or doorway, if you will, to demonic influence. Okay. Now the thing is with demons, okay, if you look up the original definition of demon, it wasn't necessarily evil. It was a spirit that influences human behavior. So now demons are evil spirits, and they influence your behavior. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, what do you mean? You're talking about demonic possession, right? No, dude. There's levels to this. Full-on demon possession is that guy in the Bible who's running around naked in the tombs, cutting himself with stones, breaking chains like He-Man. That's full-on demonic possession. Or that story in the Bible where the little boy was throwing himself in the fire and the water, trying to kill himself. That's full-on demonic possession. Okay. But most people don't have that. Okay. Now I'm not saying there are not people out there. There's a good amount of people who are fully demon possessed. Most of us, though, are just influenced by demons, which can be very bad. But it's not full-on demon possession, demonic possession, where they control you. It's they're influencing you. And a large chunk of people on this planet are being influenced by demons because we have a lot of doorways that we've opened up. Okay. But anyways, one thing people don't talk about enough is if you're watching pornography, man, and you got a family and you're constantly getting into arguments, constantly getting into fights, you got your husband and your wife, y'all just constantly fighting, you're constantly arguing with your kids. You got a relative who, minute you come home from work, this person is laying into you over every little thing. Okay, person hates your guts. A person is trying to pick a fight. Okay, they going off. Maybe your son or your husband is going off over every little thing. They having a fit. Oh, who ate the last chips? Everything is who ate the last guacamole? Everything's a break. Just World War III. Every little thing. Everything is World War III. Every little minor thing. Okay, you didn't wash a dish. Okay, they screaming and hollering. Okay, it's escalating, turning into fights, things like that. Maybe even to physical violence. Okay, you got if you get up and you go to your job, you constantly getting into it with people at work. Okay, or you just walking down the street and people are constantly trying to fight you, constantly get into it, everything. That might be a demon of strife that you brought in. You have to ask yourself, when did this start happening? Was it when I first started watching pornography? Let me tell you something. Demons love strife. They love arguing. They love fighting. They love bickering. That stuff's all great to them. That's they love that. Okay. Now, strife can be defined as bickering, discord, antagonism, or quarreling. Okay. Demons feed off those emotions. Okay. They can feed off a number of different things. And one thing they love is they love conflict. They love anger. They love violence. Okay. They can feed off stuff like that. They love that. They love you arguing and fighting with people. Fighting in the street. Fighting with people at work. Cursing people out. Going all off on people. They love that. Okay. You watch pornography, man, you are opening a doorway to demons to attach themselves to you. Okay? And when I talk about stuff like this, I'm not talking about stuff I've seen online or stuff I've seen other people tell me about. I'm talking about what I dealt with personally myself, because I used to watch pornography. Okay. And I know for a fact that those things were influencing certain people around me to get into it with me, to create arguments and strife. That's what they do. They love arguments. They love strife. That's why they call them evil spirits. Okay. They're not good spirits. All right. And pornography is a doorway for those things. And when they come there, I'll tell you another little story. Again, I know this from personal experience. I watched pornography so much over the years that those things even start manifesting to me. First, they started in dreams. then I actually start seeing them and talking to them. Some of them, okay. I know for a fact they didn't just stay in my area. They would go throughout the house. And that's another thing. You watch pornography, man, they're not going to stay just in your little area where you watching the pornography. They got free reign to go through your whole house, okay, and harass your mother, brother, your sister, your husband, your kids, whatever, okay. They go through your whole house, the whole house. You give them free reign through the whole house. The only way they can't go bother somebody if somebody's in your house is a deep-seated Christian and they're constantly praying. They may not, they can't mess with that person, but they can mess with everybody else, okay. And when you get in there and you get into it with your wife all the time, with your kids, or your next door neighbor hates your guts, that's those demons, man. Okay, you giving them free access to you. They love conflict. They feed off anger. I know for a fact one of them I was talking to. Okay, not a good idea to talk to them, but I was so mired in sin from watching that stuff. I know for a fact one of them who was involved with me would love doing things to make me angry because it was feeding off that anger. It enjoyed it. It fed off that anger. And this is something a lot of people don't talk to you about. You better watch that pornography because when I watched it, I would have bad dreams sometimes. I would have a lot of bad dreams. That stuff would manifest in my dreams. But I didn't realize that they were actually, I wouldn't say starting arguments, but they were influencing people's behavior. So what they do is, you have some little minor thing where you and another person like have a little issue. They'll inflate those issues. They'll make them 10 times worse. Okay, it's kind of like being on a drug. You ever had like did drugs or been on medication or something like that, mind altering medication? Okay, basically, instead of just getting a little mad, you were highly upset. Every little thing. I had a sickness years ago, and I take some really strong medication. It was mind-altering stuff. And every little thing would make me angry. Okay? That's what demons do. They amplify negative emotions. So if you have a little minor disagreement where you and somebody else, you and one of your family members could have just talked it out. Oh no. Now with those demons involved, they amplify those emotions where it's a knockdown, drag-out fight. And maybe it may turn violent. Maybe you might stab somebody. Maybe you might get into a fight. I'm telling you. If you live in a household, okay, you're constantly getting into it with your wife, your husband, your brother, sister, your children, parents, okay, or the people around you, you constantly get into it with them or at work, you might because you're watching that pornography. You brought those demons in and they don't necessarily stay at work, at home. They may follow you to your job site and start conflicts with you and people. And the thing is, if a person is mired in sin, they can easily affect that person's mentality. They can easily affect their emotions. So I'm telling you, don't watch pornography, man. It will bring the demon of strife in your home, or demons of strife into your house. Okay, I know this from personal experience. Okay, like I said, it's not a good thing to talk to these things, but I did get into that habit. Once you've been into sin so much, your mind gets warped, where you sit up there and talk to these things, and hey, it's just, hey, whatever. Ain't no big thing to you. But I'm telling you, don't watch that stuff, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that pornography is okay to watch. It's not good. And it will bring demons into your house, and it will start causing arguments and fights with people in your home. And sometimes at work, or even, like I said, you could just be walking down the street and it could be people who just hate your guts and want to fight you for no reason. Those are demons working within them, man. Those demons that you are buddies with.